What if I told you that one of the most profound masters of mental fortitude on this planet? It's not in a monastery or a therapist's office or a Silicon Valley startup. What if I told you it's been walking across the most brutal, unforgiving landscapes on Earth for millennia, carrying the secrets to a resilience most of us can only dream of? Look at it. Really look. We see a camel, and our minds go to humps and spit and sandy landscapes. We see a curiosity, a relic, but we are looking at it all wrong. We are the curious ones. The ones struggling with burnout, with overwhelm, with the constant draining pressure of modern life. And this creature, this magnificent stoic engineer of survival, is not just surviving. It is thriving in conditions that would break our modern minds in a matter of hours. Today, we're not just comparing an animal to a human. We are going on a psychological excavation. We are going to uncover the 3 fundamental Camel Codes, traits hardwired by millions of years of evolution in the crucible of extremes. And we are going to ask ourselves a very uncomfortable question. In our world of instant gratification and endless noise, have we forgotten how to carry our own water? Let's begin with the most obvious and most misunderstood feature: the hump. We all learned it as kids. It's a canteen, a storage tank for water, but that's a superficial truth. The hump is not filled with water, it's filled with fat, a concentrated high-density battery. This is code number 1, strategic reserve. The camel does not live hand-to-mouth. It doesn't graze constantly on the sparse, brittle shrubs of the desert. When it finds an oasis, it doesn't just drink for the moment, it engorges. It consumes vast quantities of food and water, not out of gluttony, but with profound foresight. It converts that abundance into a strategic reserve, a lump of potential energy strapped to its back, because it knows with absolute certainty that lean times are coming. It knows the desert does not offer second chances. Now, think about your own mental and emotional energy, your focus, your motivation. Are you living hand-to-mouth? Draining your battery by noon with the endless scroll, the constant reactivity, the panic of an overscheduled life? We are surrounded by oases of information, of entertainment, of potential connection, but we never truly tank up. We sip, we nibble, and then we wonder why we're so exhausted when the first sign of adversity, a difficult project, a personal conflict, a single bad day hits us. The camel teaches us to build our hump, to deliberately and consciously store up our inner resources during times of plenty. That means protecting your sleep like it's a sacred water source. It means consuming nourishing information, not just junk food for the brain. It means saying no to trivial demands so you can have a full yes for what truly matters. The camel's hump is a lesson in foresight. It's the antithesis of burnout. But a reserve is useless if you don't know how to conserve it. Which brings us to code number 2, the economy of motion. Watch a camel walk. That slow, swaying, almost languid gait. It looks lazy to the untrained eye. But it is a masterpiece of biomechanical efficiency. Every single movement is calculated to expend the least amount of energy for the maximum amount of distance. They place their large padded feet with deliberate precision to avoid sinking into the sand. Their swinging walk minimizes vertical movement, which is a huge energy drain. They are the ultimate practitioners of minimal viable effort for maximal long-term gain. Now, look at our own lives, our mental and emotional gait. We are all spastic energy. We jerk from one notification to the next. We multitask, which is just a lie we tell ourselves about doing multiple things poorly. We emotionally react to every headline, every comment, every minor inconvenience as if it were a 5-alarm fire. We are constantly lifting our feet high, sinking into the emotional sand, exhausting ourselves before we've even covered a fraction of the distance we need to go. The camel does not panic run across the desert. It would die. It understands the scale of the challenge. It paces itself. This is a profound psychological principle, stoicism in action. It's not about feeling nothing. It's about not wasting precious emotional energy on what you cannot control. The heat of the desert is a given. The distance is a given. The camel accepts these realities without complaint and allocates its resources accordingly. How much of your energy are you burning by fighting realities you cannot change? By worrying about outcomes that haven't happened? By emotionally reacting to every single thing? The camel implores us to find our sway, to move through our days with deliberate, conscious pacing, to conserve our emotional energy for the long haul because the marathon of life doesn't care about your sprint. Now, we arrive at the third code, perhaps the most alien and powerful of them all. Code 3. The filter. A desert sandstorm is a terrifying event. A wall of choking, abrasive, blinding chaos. For most creatures, it's a death sentence. But the camel has a series of magnificent defenses. It can close its nostrils completely. It has a transparent third eyelid to protect its eyes, and it has 2 rows of absurdly long, dense eyelashes. These are not just for beauty. They are sophisticated filtration systems. The camel has the ability, born of necessity, to shut out the external chaos that would otherwise kill it. Let that sink in. It can close itself off from a literal storm. What is our modern environment, if not a constant, low-grade informational and emotional sandstorm? Notifications are the blowing sand. The 24/7 news cycle is the howling wind. The demands, the opinions, the curated perfection of social media, it's all abrasive, blinding chaos. And what are our defenses? Often, we have none. We leave our nostrils wide open, inhaling the toxic dust until we can no longer breathe. We stare into the storm until our vision is blurred and our sense of direction is lost. The camel's final lesson is about boundaries. It is about the conscious, deliberate, and non-negotiable act of filtration. It's about knowing what to let in, and more importantly, having the mechanisms to shut everything else out. This means digital curfews. It means learning the power of a no. It means protecting your attention as if it were the very air in your lungs. Because in the desert of modern distraction, your attention is your oxygen. And everyone and everything is trying to breathe it for you. So let's review the 3 Camel Codes. The strategic reserve. Building your inner capacity so you are not depleted by the first challenge. The economy of motion. Pacing your mental and emotional energy for the long journey, not burning out in a sprint. And the filter. The conscious ability to shut out the external chaos that does not serve your survival. This creature, which we so easily dismiss, is a walking, breathing masterclass in resilience. It doesn't fight the desert. It has become the desert. It has integrated the very nature of its challenge into its own being, and that is our ultimate task. To not fight the nature of our modern world, but to integrate these timeless codes into our own psychology. To build our hump, to find our sway, and to master our filter. The question is no longer what we can learn from the camel. The question is, do we have the humility to listen? And the courage to build our own resilience, one deliberate step at a time? If this journey into the mind of the camel resonated with you, if you see the value in building your own unshakable resilience, then do me a favor. It seems trivial, but in the economy of this digital desert, it's how we signal what matters. Hit the like button. It fuels this channel's reserve. Share this video with someone you know who is navigating their own difficult terrain, because sharing knowledge is how we create oases for each other. And most importantly, subscribe. The journey into the animal mind is just beginning, and you won't want to miss what we uncover next. Until then, pace yourself, conserve your energy, and remember the camel.